Newly released data shows prices for store-bought food increased nearly 6% from March 1st to May 30th compared to the same time last year. In addition, the Department of Agriculture said retail beef prices increased nearly 23% in May. This as tens of millions of Americans have filed for unemployment since the coronavirus pandemic, with many people trying to budget. Here to discuss this further is the CEO of Stew Leonard's grocery stores, Stew Leonard Jr. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Stephanie. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. So in late April, President Trump, he signed an executive order using the Defense Production Act to ensure America's meat and poultry processors continue operations uninterrupted to the maximum extent possible, of course, while ensuring worker safety. How has this affected prices in poultry?
Well, I think overall you've seen a lot of the virus hit the Midwest, the big packing plants. They have sometimes 2,000 to 3,000 people working in these big plants. And the virus swept through there. The production went down like 70%. You know, at Stew Leonard's, we have ranchers all over the country. I've called them up. They said, I got plenty of cattle out in the field, plenty of food. I just can't get it processed through the plant because they were at 70% capacity. So therefore, supply and demand prices did go up on meat. But I heard you say earlier that from March until now, they're reading off all these statistics about food prices increasing. I've been in the business 50 years now. I've never seen such volatility in food prices as we have during that time period.
And regarding those food prices, how long can we expect those price increases to last? You mentioned it's kind of like a roller coaster, but with this pandemic, there were meat packing companies shutting down, but then reopening because of the Defense Production Act. So as a CEO of a grocery store, how long do you expect these price increases to last for?
Okay, you ready for a guarantee, Stephanie?
Yes.
I'm going to guarantee that at least at Stew Leonard's, we buy direct from the companies. Our prices will be lower than they are today. We're seeing the meat prices starting to decline as supply, is getting processed out there. The meat packing plants are getting on their feet. We're seeing ground beef, for instance, go down. It's going to probably be $1 a pound less than it was on Memorial Day. So I'll give you a guarantee right now. I think the supply chain has gotten a handle on this big volume that's hit the grocery stores, and I think we'll be able to see prices come down.
And we know that food prices are not just affecting poultry and the meat industry, but it's also affecting fruits and vegetables, and some farmers, they're concerned. So what are some ways that, and even Americans, they're concerned on their behalf, because we know that over 42 million people have filed for unemployment claims since the start of the coronavirus pandemic. What would you say to those who are trying to save and cut back? What are some ways they can do so?
Well, obviously one thing you can do is try to buy in bulk. The more you buy of something, the better price you're going to get. I would encourage everybody to go to the local grocers. I think you'll find some reasonable prices there. And, they've dealt with suppliers like Stew Leonard's has for 20, 30 years. And I think having that local suppliers that have been able to, we've never had empty shelves at Stew's during this whole thing because of the great relationship we have with our suppliers. And I got a lot of thank yous out right now to them. I got a lot of IOUs. So I'm going to have to do nice things for them because they helped us fill shelves. But, look for your local grocers, and there's a lot of fresh, beautiful produce coming out. When we had the big storm hit New Orleans down there, it affected prices in Georgia because it was raining. They couldn't get out and pick the corn and the watermelons that are big there. So you'll see a tiny little increase in, say, corn went up 20 cents an ear. But that's going to come down now that the weather's calmed down. And also Washington State, we're getting our beautiful, beautiful cherries right now from there. And those prices went up because it was cold in Washington State. But those prices are starting to come down now, too. So I think everybody, I would just recommend, buy in quantity if you want to. I wouldn't buy in too much quantity because prices are coming down.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.